Good morning. Welcome to the Chappaqua Library News. My name is Joan Kuhn, and I'm the program coordinator at the Chappaqua Library. Today, Andrew Farber, who is, as you know, the library director, is here, and he'll be talking about what's going on in the library. Welcome, Andrew, and we're glad to hear all the new stuff you're going to tell us.
Thank you, Joan. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I wanted to start by just making sure everyone was aware the library is currently open. We have resumed all of our normal operations other than indoor programming, which we hope will resume shortly as well. Just for everyone's knowledge, that includes study rooms, computer usage, Wi-Fi, internet, our usual loaning of materials, browsing, seating, informational services at our reference desk. We do still offer a variety of online resources, ebooks, e-audiobooks, streaming movies that can all be viewed right from our website or from their apps. Curbside pickup is still available for those who are interested, and we strongly encourage anyone who is still concerned about COVID-19 to please utilize that service. We are still requiring masks in the library, and we are not allowing food or drink at this time. We're excited to have everyone return to the library and welcome you all back. I wanted to mention that one of our most popular apps, Overdrive, will be discontinuing their original app, which was also called Overdrive. They're strongly encouraging everyone to migrate to their new app called Libby. If you search on your Play Store or the Android store, it is Libby, L-I-B-B-Y, by Overdrive. If you currently have Overdrive, it will continue working, although they have not given us the date that it will stop. So we are strongly encouraging anyone to switch to the new Libby app. And if you have any difficulty, please reach out to us or come in with your device, and our librarians would be happy to assist you.
And I just want to mention they do, because I always have trouble with my device. So, you know, any one of the librarians are so happy to put on Libby. And I do have Libby, and for all those, it's great. It's one of the best apps you could ever have. Thanks, yes. Andrew. Yeah,
absolutely. And the big news is this year, the library will be celebrating our centennial anniversary. We will be 100 years old, and we are very excited. We will be working with local organizations to put on programs, events, exhibits, and to do meaningful celebration of the history of the library, where we are and where we're going. Please look forward to finding more of that information as we develop and share that with you online in our newsletter. So Joan, I know you have a variety of wonderful programs coming up. I will turn the stage back to you so you can share all of that information.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. Yes, we do have a lot going on because, you know, it's virtual now. And for me, particularly in adult programs, it's very easy for me to get the programs because a lot of authors who might live in far away are very happy to do programs virtually. In fact, I've gone to a lot of the publishers' meetings, and a lot of the authors want to stay virtual. So we'll probably have some kind of a hybrid programming in the future because I think that's the way it's going to be. So I do want to talk about what's going on in the library. The children's room, as you all know, was pretty much frozen out of a lot of their story hours because nobody wants to go outside, even though they're very brave, our children's librarians. We were not doing story hours in sub-zero weather. But they do have them. They have a story hour called the Virtual Song Circle, and that meets on Wednesday and Friday at 10:30, where you sing your favorite songs and rhymes. So you have to register for that. So please go on our website, which is chappaqua.library.org, and you could register for all the programs that I'll be talking about. They also have book groups, the children's room. The first one that I talk about is called the Zooks Book Group, which is again on Zoom, and it's for grades 5 to 7 with an adult. And this one will be on Wednesday, February 9th at 6:30. They also have Young Critics, which is Wednesday, February 12th at 6:30 for grades 4 to 6. They also have special programs, and their special programming is really wonderful because the first one is Cooking for Kids. It's Tuesday, February 1st, which is today, at 4:30, so you just have time to register. February 1st or February 15th at 4:30, where you will make a special dish with Renana, a Fiddlehead cooking studio, and it's for all ages. and you have to register for each class separately. There's also going to be ones in March, but we're not talking about the March programs yet. Also, Bye Bedtime Battles, which is a special program. If you want to make bedtime with your child more enjoyable and less exhausting, join Melissa Mittler, a certified pediatric sleep specialist. And that's on Tuesday, February 8th at 8 o'clock. And we continue with the Chappaqua Children's Room Garden Program on pressed flowers. That'll be on February 9th at 12, and it's best suited for kids in K and up. And Grab and Go Craft, where the pickups, which is really very nice. You just come and pick up your craft. In the back room, they have them all set up. It's kind of fun to look at. And it's going to be on the 14th and on the 28th. So all you have to do is register once and you come pick up your craft for those dates. As you say, the children's room is always popping. The teen room, on the other hand, mostly the kids drop in. That's what teens do. So it's been pretty hard when we can't have any in-person programming. But the teen room is open, and the teen librarian has one group that's coming for Valentine's Day, and that's on February 11th at 3:30. So that's really fun, and I hope you all come to that. But adult programming is all virtual. So I do have a lot of programs, so sit back and just listen. The first one is the art series with Larry D'Amico. Many of you know Larry. He's a library curator here and graphic artist, and he put together a slate of 2 programs to celebrate Black History Month. The first one is David Driscoll on the 4th, and it's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And David Driscoll his program is called The Icons of Nature and a History of the Phillips Collection. David Driscoll was recognized for his vibrant and versatile art with a reverence for the beauty and spirituality of the American landscape, which he connected to the African diaspora. And he's going to be featuring 50 works by David. So that's it on the 4th at 2 o'clock. I wrote down, and on February 8th, the open book discussion with Christine Bobkoff. They'll be reading the book called Tender Box by J.R. Mahoringer. And it's at 7:30, as I said, and you have to register for it by emailing me. And my email is jkuhn, which is JKUHN @WLSmail.org. And I will get you in contact with Christine Bobkoff. And that's an extremely popular group. We might have to close it. I'm not quite sure. Our next one is another book discussion, which is on the next day, which is on the 9th. And that is with Book Lovers with Barbara Bernstein. And she's reading the book, The Exiles by Christina Baker Klein. And it's at 1 o'clock. Again, you register at the library. And also that evening, we're having another program, a lecture about Cornelius Vanderbilt, the first tycoon. Cornelius Vanderbilt, and he was a tycoon. This is a little bio they gave me. He began operating his own ferry system in the New York harbor at the age of 16. And he worked from dawn to dusk, and his business would grow into a massive steamship company. And he would undercut all his competitors. And eventually he built a railroad empire, which went from New York to Chicago. And it was and he also built the first Grand Central station. And that's on the 9th at 7 o'clock. The very next day, we're having another author talk. The name of the book is Every Day the River Changes, 4 weeks down the Magdalena. I didn't know what the Magdalena is. It's a 1,000-mile river in Colombia. And Jordan Salama, Jordan used to be a Horace Greeley student until he moved. Anyway, he has written a travelogue for the new generation about a journey along this 1,000-mile river, exploring the life by the banks of this majestic river. Jordan is Argentinian, Syrian, and Iraqi, is a of Iraqi Jewish descent. His works have been published in Publishers Weekly, Kirkus, New York Times, National Geographic, and Scientific American. So this is going to be a magnificent travelogue program, and I hope you will learn. It'd be wonderful. It is rather cold to be going down the Magdalena River in this weather. It just sounds like a lovely thing to do. The next program is we're doing a program with the Horace Greeley High School. Many months ago, 2 students from Horace Greeley High School came to the library and met with me and the young adult librarian, Kathy Paulson, and wanted to set up a TEDx Talks, and they did. And it's called TEDx Youth at Horace Greeley High School. And we helped them get their speakers. In fact, one of their speakers for the first time is going to be Avi Loeb, and he's an astrophysicist from Harvard University. Many of you might recognize that name. We had him here talking about his book, Extraterrestrial, Signs of Life Beyond Earth. And he's going to be talking at the first TEDx talk, which is going to be on the 13th at 2:30. Again, you register through our library. And I just hope many of you do go and support these 2 young people and the rest of the people that are on this TEDx committee, and listen to what they have to say. We're going to be helping them all along because that's what the library does. And we're really very happy to do this. So this is going to be the very first licensed TEDx talk hosted by Horace Greeley High School, called TEDx Youth at Horace Greeley High School. Very exciting. On the 16th, we're having an author talk. The author is Sanford Josephson, and he has written a book about Jerry Mulligan. Jerry Mulligan is a baritone saxophone player, but he's also a composer, he's an arranger, and he's an actor. And Sanford Josephson is he writes mostly about jazz. He's part of the jazz, Jersey Jazz magazine, and he's on the board of the New Jersey Jazz Society. And so this is going to be a fabulous program, especially if you're into jazz. And we happen to know that the Chappaqua Library community is into jazz, because one of the programs that we sponsor at the library is with Jazz at Lincoln Center with Wynton Marsalis, and we do one every month. And the last one we had 101 people coming, 103 people coming from the Chappaqua community. So this program will dovetail very nicely with your learning about jazz. So I hope you will come to this program on the 16th, Jeru's Journey, the Life and Music of Jerry Mulligan. Again, you register through our website, which is chappaqua.library.org. The next day, which is the 17th, we're going to have our Jazz at Lincoln Center program. Jazz at Lincoln Center is with Wynton Marsalis and the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra. And the program is going to be entitled A Handful of Keys, a tribute to jazz piano. And it will be featuring many, many guests. And there is no time, because all you have to do is register for the program. And on that date, the 17th, I will send you a link. I will send the link at 9 o'clock in the morning, and that link is yours to have to Lincoln Center. Takes it down. And I don't know when they take down these links, so I don't know what to tell you, but it's going to be a while you will have it for a long time. Also on the 17th, that evening, we just got a program from the used to be called the Humanities Council of New York, and now it's called Humanities New York. And the program is Echoes of American Revolution, Land, Liberty, and Loss. And the speaker is Pulitzer Prize winning historian Alan Taylor. He's from the University of Virginia, and he will be talking on this subject. Again, we know this is a very popular subject with the Chappaqua community, because we had a program, Revolutionary Westchester 250, a couple of weeks ago, and we had almost 300 people registered for that program. So this is something that we know people really enjoy. The next day, on the 18th, is our program, our art series with Larry D'Amico, and it's on another Black artist, Joseph Yoakum. And we'll be talking about his works, which you could find at MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art. And that's at 2:30 on the 18th. On the 23rd, we're having a lecture, and it's called The Writers' Law School. It's a writer's workshop for writers, and it's with Jody Millman. And this is what she says. For writers, it is difficult to obtain information about protecting their rights in their creative projects. It's often difficult to decipher legalese. In this workshop, Jody Millman, a New York attorney and award-winning author and a podcaster, will cover the basics of copyrights, trademarks, and key provisions of publishing contracts to help understand the fine print without having a law degree. So that's Wednesday, the 23rd at 7 o'clock. Also on the 23rd at the same time, 7 o'clock, we continue with another book discussion group called Great Books, and that's facilitated by our very own Sally Scudo. And they'll be reading selections from Civilly Engaged Reader. So as you can see, lots of stuff going on in the library, lots of online stuff, and maybe the beginning of in-person programming. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you for coming. And I hope all of you stay warm. It's a very cold day right now. And we hope to see you in the library because it's open. It's really open. You can sit down and enjoy yourself. So again, thank you, Andrew. Anything else you thought of?
No. And it sounds like you've been very busy this month and will continue to be so.
It has been very, I don't see you often because I'm home and I could do all this work at home. So I've gotten a lot, and actually February is nothing compared to March. March is even busier. So I know a lot of people will be stuck in their homes because of either snow or the cold or the rain. So please come to the library, just register for all these programs on the website. And it's chappaqua.library.org. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
This is Joan Kuhn again from the library. We videotaped the library news yesterday, but I forgot to include this one series of programs, which is coming to all libraries. The name of the program is called 5 Towns, 1 Book, and it is bringing our communities together for an important conversation around racism. This program is being sponsored by CURE as one of the sponsors, and CURE is the Coalition for Understanding Racism Through Education. The sponsors are CURE, the Merrimack Library, Harrison Library, Larchmont Library, Rye Free, New Rochelle Public Library, Westchester County Board of Legislators, and LMC Media, and Westchester Library System, and 18 other libraries, Chappaqua Library being one of them. And the program is about a book. The name of the book is called The Sum of Us, What Racism Costs Everyone and How We Can Prosper Together, by Heather McGee. Heather McGee is an expert in economic and social policy, the former president of the inequality-focused think tank Demos. She has drafted legislation, testified before Congress, and contributed regularly to news shows, including NBC's Meet the Press. She now chairs the board of Color of Change, the nation's largest online racial justice organization. She holds a BA in American Studies from Yale University and a JD from the University of California, Berkeley School of Law. This book again is called The Sum of Us, and it is a New York Times bestseller, long listed for the National Book Award. And it offers a painful exploration of inequality and the lesson that generations of Americans have failed to learn. Racism has a cost for everyone, not just for people of color. So the Chappaqua Library and the other libraries are encouraging everybody to join and listen to these discussions that they will have at 4 different times and locations. The first one will be on February 17th at 7 o'clock at Rye Library. The next one is February 27th at 2:30 at the Harrison Library. And when we do our next library news, I'll tell you about the March programs. But this is something that you could all easily get to. Just go to those libraries. And if you're interested in it, please look for this flyer, which we have at our front desk, which says 5 Towns, 1 Book. I hope you will come and listen to this program, a very worthwhile program provided by the Westchester Library System Libraries. Thank you.